Man of Honor.
So, the Lifetime Achievement Award goes to none other than Mr. Narayana Murthy. Congratulations to him.
Narayana Murthy to please say a few words to us.
Shri Ramadurai, one of the earliest leaders of the IT industry and a person whose path we have all followed. Shri Atul Mehta, the President, Shri Vineet Chowdhury, Shri Ashish Garg, Alka Kapoor, Mrs. Mamta Binani and Sutanu Sinha. I am truly overwhelmed by this kindness from the Institute, as well as the unique privilege of receiving this award from Shri Ramadurai, who has been doing one of the most important pieces of work for this country, which is skills development. I am also indeed honored to receive this award by a jury headed by Shri Justice Venkatachalaya, whom I have tremendous respect for and whom I have known for 40 years now. The role of company secretary is indeed a very important function, and therefore to be shown this kindness, this generosity and this affection by the Institute of Company Secretaries of India is indeed a big honor. All that I can say is I will certainly continue to work and hopefully smart for the rest of my life to deserve this kindness, this generosity and this affection. I have had the privilege of working with a gentleman whom I consider perhaps one of the finest corporate secretaries in India, if not the world, and somebody from whom I have learned so much. I speak of Mr. Parvatheesam Kanchinadham, somebody who spent long years at Infosys before he decided to move on to Tata Steel, which is of course one of the most respected companies. All that I can say is just recapitulate what Mr. Parvatheesam did as the company secretary for Infosys, and in my opinion that will serve as a good template for being a very good corporate secretary, very good company secretary or corporate secretary. One, being a compliance officer. Second, being an advisor or a confidant to the chairman in particular. Third, in being a governance watchdog. Fourth, being an educator, particularly for the independent directors. Fifth, being a very intelligent scribe for the board. And then, of course, being in some sort of a liaison officer for the entire board. And I must say that in every one of these, I was very lucky to have had the privilege of Shri Parvatheesam and Kanchinadham, and he worked with me in developing an education and training program for the various directors that joined the company. This program talked about the organization and governance practices, talked about what we do, that is our products and our services. It talked about our business and financial strategy, and it talked about the kind of risk that the company faces and the kind of opportunities that they face. He was also a governance watchdog. He spoke of how it is the business of the management is to run the business, and how it is the duty of the board to oversee management. He reminded us time and again. He also acted in some way as an independent conscience keeper on governance matters. There was not a single occasion when there was a moral dilemma for us and that we didn't consult him. As I said before, the reason why I am talking about my own experiences with a wonderful company secretary is that if every member of this association, this wonderful association, can indeed emulate him, I think it will be a wonderful thing for the country. He was also realistic and pragmatic. In terms of liaison and communication, he made sure to connect the board and the management well. He had understood the dynamics of the board management interaction, and therefore he made sure that the agenda was well prepared well in advance. In some sense, he coached the management well on the expectations of the board. It created a positive impact on the content and conduct of board meetings at Infosys, thereby creating more effective outcomes. Now, what are the skills that I noted in him? There were many. Let me recount just a few of them. There were organizational and administrative skills. There were communication skills. He had resilience. He has resilience, tenacity, and drive. He has tolerance, respect, patience, and humility. He has trust and integrity. He has independence of opinion. Whenever we had any doubt about any of the compliance issues, we would call him and he would say exactly as it is. He would not hesitate that he was speaking to somebody who was higher in the hierarchy of the corporation, but he just said what was his duty, and period. He also has demonstrated emotional intelligence, deep understanding of business potential for growth, and of course, anybody who works with me knows that this person has to have passion for details and excellence and some level of perfection, which he exceeded in every one of them. Now, the reason why I took his example is simply because he is one of your members. He has been trained by you people. he has been nurtured by the wonderful environment that your association has created, and we at Infosys derived enormous benefit for long years before we passed him on to Tata Steel. Thank you very much.